This man is different. He is the only one left in this whole world. This man is enjoying himself. He lives in a house with a balcony. He plays golf on planes. He drives different types of cars, but he was bored with his life because he was alone. Stay connected with us. The story begins in New York City, where Aquarius had taken over, and an order was given to evacuate the entire city. Colonel Robert came to pick up his family. He took his wife and daughter in his official car and drove straight to the plane. There was commotion everywhere. His wife asked him various questions. The colonel explained to him that if you want to win, you can withdraw money from the ATM and also take food for 2 or 4 weeks. The colonel's wife asks him, "Are you not coming with us?" The colonel explains to them that he will stop this virus in every way. His wife asks him to come with him, but the colonel prioritizes his duty. They reach the airport, where the road is blocked due to too many people. The colonel and his family walk towards the plane. There are cries and cries for help everywhere. The colonel is very sad to hear them, but he is only thinking about his children at that time. He goes straight and gets himself tested. After that, his daughter's test is not passed, but the colonel's wife's test is not passed. The soldiers show him behind, but the colonel scares them and gets his wife tested again, which proves to be correct. The colonel puts his wife and daughter in the helicopter and starts saying goodbye to them. He loves his daughter and his wife until the last moment, but he did not know what will happen now. He flies their plane, and on the other hand, the helicopter is destroyed due to an explosion, and the colonel's family is on the same plane. Ends 3 years later, the virus had taken over the entire world. No human was left alive. If anyone was left alive, they had become zombies. Zombies that burn in the sunlight and rule the night. But this virus did not take any prisoners on the colonel. He is the only survivor and is making waves in this world. Today, he has gone out on this beautiful car with his dog so that someone can hunt and eat meat. The colonel tries his best to kill a deer, but the deer are also very fast. He misses every target. He tries to kill it with a gun, but the deer run away and he has to stop his car because of the cars ahead. After that, he follows them on foot with his dog and servants. He takes a deer as his target, but at that moment a lioness comes there and catches it. The colonel thinks of shooting it, but at that moment a lion comes there and it is already evening, so the colonel goes back home. He had chosen his house in a secret place. When he goes home, he prepares food for himself and his dog. He puts old news on the table and he and his dog eat. After that, he bathes his dog with clean water, soaps it and talks to it because there was nothing in this world for a dog, and this dog was the symbol of his daughter. It was the night of the night. The colonel had finally reached his destination. He locked all the doors of his house, closed all the windows so that no zombie would know that a human lived there, and then he slept in the bathroom with his dog. The next morning, the colonel's eyes open. The first thing he does is exercise. He does various exercises to stay healthy. After that, he and his dog go for a run. The colonel had a schedule for each day. After exercising, he set up his own lab in which he tried to make a medicine to kill the virus. Today, the colonel was holding many mice on which he had experimented with the medicine, but none of these mice were well. All the mice were very angry. Some of the mice had died, but one mouse was somewhat calm. The colonel thought that perhaps this was the medicine that could cure these bad zombies. It is noon and the colonel goes straight to the city with his gun and dog. He can use any vehicle on his car because he is the only person left in this world. He goes straight to the shopping mall. There he starts talking to the clay dolls there. He buys a movie every day from there. After that, he takes some snacks to eat. After that, he enters a house. There he searches everything. He sees everything there and leaves. Then he sees a little girl's room in that house. He opens it and looks at it, and he starts remembering his own daughter. After that, he fills up the tires of his car and goes to the airport and says the same thing every day, that my name is Philadelphia and I am alive. If any human being is alive and can hear me, then I will meet him at the airport every day at noon. He tells me in this voice that I also have food. And a good place to live too. In fact, he still hoped that someone would be alive, but all in vain. He opens a gun on the plane. He fires a powerful shot, which catches his eye on a deer. He runs after it. His dog also runs after him to hunt it, but the deer runs straight into a building where there is only darkness. The colonel speaks to his dog to stop, but the dog follows him into the darkness. The colonel gets very worried and goes into the darkness to get the dog. He slowly goes inside without making any noise so that the zombies don't know. Suddenly, the light of his gun goes on the zombies. The colonel gets scared, but the zombies are asleep. There is darkness everywhere. Even a small mistake would have cost him his life. At that moment, he sees his dog. He calls his dog to him, but his dog does not come out because he has seen a zombie. The colonel calls him. At that moment, a zombie starts attacking the colonel. The colonel shoots him with bullets and runs away from there. All the zombies follow him. The colonel also runs very fast, but a zombie catches him. But by then, the colonel goes out into the night and goes out of the window. A zombie also catches him and goes out and dies in agony due to the night. After coming out, he prepares a trap so that a zombie can be caught. He makes a trap, takes a little of his blood and throws it in the place of a door. After some time, a zombie gets caught in the trap. Another zombie tries to come out to save him, but it is night outside. After that, he takes the zombie to his lab and he does an experiment, injects him with medicine, but the zombie starts to have an opposite effect. That zombie is a woman. The colonel tries hard to cure him, but he is unable to cure him. On the contrary, his breathing becomes faster and his heart line starts to run straight. The colonel makes him unconscious by injecting him with another medicine and leaves him there and gives an interview in front of his camera in which he says that his experiment has gone wrong. He explains everything in front of the camera with his dog Simon in a worried state. Now his life would have been colorless. The next morning, the colonel gets out of bed, has breakfast, plays with his dog, and then goes out to patrol the streets again. He goes to his current address, where he has announced that he will meet him at the same time and place. After going there, he hunts fish to pass the time, and is about to take his car back home when he sees a man. The colonel is surprised and worried. He gets scared. He goes out and sees him, but he is thinner than his store. The colonel gets angry and starts shooting at him. The colonel starts shooting here and they're like a madman. It's like someone has gone mad. He thought he was a human being, but he was just a statue. After that, he goes to the statue, but he didn't know that a trap has been set for him. As the colonel moves forward, a rope gets caught in the colonel's legs and he hangs upside down on his head. He loses consciousness due to the injury. When he opens his eyes after a while, he is hanging upside down and it is already evening. His dog is still there. As soon as the colonel regains consciousness, he looks at the time. There was only a little time left before nightfall, that is, it was evening, and as soon as it was dark, the zombies had arrived. The colonel quickly took out a knife from his pocket and started trying to cut the rope, but due to the injury on his head, he was very weak. The colonel cut the rope in 3 steps and came down. As he came down, his knife hit him on the leg, which injured his leg. Now it was too late and darkness was falling everywhere. Then his dog started barking. The colonel saw 3 dogs coming out of a building, which had completely turned into zombies. They moved towards the colonel to attack, but there was still a little sunlight left. The dogs stopped after seeing this light. The colonel tried to run away quickly. Meanwhile, the sun set, the dogs attacked them, the colonel's dog started fighting with them, one of the dogs even jumped on the colonel. The dog is big and tries to bite him, but the colonel picks it up and throws it away. After that, the other dog moves towards him, which he shoots with bullets. After that, he sees his dog, which was injured at that time. The injured dog had become unconscious and had also been bitten on the neck by the zombie dogs. The colonel carries him and sits in the car and takes him straight to his lab and starts treating him. He checks his eyes. After that, the colonel hugs him crying and sits down on the ground. When the colonel sees the dog's hair in his hand, he begins to understand that now my dog has also become a zombie. He sees the eyes and teeth of this dog. After that, he strangles it and kills it. The dog dies. Now the colonel was even more lonely. He goes out and buries his dog. He takes some medicine and he keeps roaming around in the car all day until night falls. He reaches his base straight away. It was night now. The zombies had also come out. The colonel got angry and started throwing all the zombies out of the car. After that, he started reversing the car and hitting the zombies. But zombies are zombies, they did not give up either. Some zombies hit the car with an iron pole and even turned his car upside down. Now it is not possible for the colonel to escape. The colonel faints in the overturned car. The zombies are about to eat him when a big light shines on the zombies, the light of which makes the zombies run away from there. After a while, the colonel opens his eyes and realizes that a woman is driving. The colonel tells the woman the address of the house and faints again. The next morning, when he opens his eyes, the colonel starts to feel dizzy. He gets up and takes a pistol from the cupboard. And what else? He could not believe how a human being could be alive. He goes to them with a pistol. He sees a woman and a child in the kitchen. Only then does he feel a little confident. The colonel puts down his gun. The woman tells him to eat. The colonel sits down to eat. The woman makes him pasta. The colonel starts eating it. The woman tells him that my name is Anna and this is my son Emil. Then the woman tells the colonel that there is a place where people are alive. The colonel tells him that there is no such place. Then the colonel gets a little angry and throws the plate of food because he still wasn't sure how a human being can be alive. Then he apologizes to the woman for throwing the plate and tells her to be alone. After being alone for some time, the colonel goes back to the woman. There the child is watching a cartoon. The colonel looks at him and then he sits down to talk to the woman. He apologizes to the woman again and asks her how you guys survived so far. The woman tells him her story. After that, they all go around the outside. The colonel takes them to the fish pond. There the child starts bathing. The child tells the colonel that this water is very cold, which makes the colonel understand one thing, and he takes them straight to his lab. He shows the woman the zombie in the lab and throws ice around it so that there is some peace, but no one is taking care of the zombie. Evening falls. The woman asks the colonel, where should I let my son sleep? The colonel picks up the child and puts him in his daughter's room. After that, night falls. The colonel closes the windows of the entire house like every day. He tells the woman his favorite song. The colonel listens and tells her that she should sing these songs to make them alive. These songs are very good. The woman explains to the colonel again that we should leave in the morning. The colonel tells her that there is no such place left where any human being is alive. But the woman does not believe her. She says that I am sure that someone must be alive. But the colonel does not believe her. He explains to her that no one is alive. The colonel is talking to her when the sound of a zombie comes from outside. The colonel gets scared. He asks the woman that when I was unconscious, did you bring me here during the day or at night? The woman tells him that it was almost day. The colonel tells him to turn off the lights. When the colonel looks outside, there are zombies all around his house. The colonel quickly turns on the lights outside, but the zombies were so angry that they knocked over the lights. The colonel looks again, but the zombies were not stopping. The colonel finally tried his hand at experiments. He pressed the bomb button placed around the house, which made all the zombies flying in the air. Smoke started coming out of the colonel's ears too. The colonel looks back, but the woman had left to save his child. The colonel goes to the child's room, but there is no one there either. Suddenly, a zombie starts attacking the colonel. Hey, this zombie is a little more angry. That zombie was picking up the colonel and hitting him. The colonel was also a very brave man. He also injured the zombie. The zombie became even more angry. He picked up the colonel and threw him away and started hitting him again, but this time the colonel had his gun in his hand. The colonel also started shooting, causing the zombie to run away. The colonel chased him and reached the roof, but the zombie was missing. The colonel was worried that where could the woman and the child have gone. The colonel searched for them and found the woman hiding her child under the table. A zombie was also present in the room. The colonel's gun had also run out of bullets. The colonel signals them to be quiet and picks up the pistol and kills the zombie and takes them straight to his lab because now the only safe place left is the colonel. The woman and the child reach the lab. When they go into the lab, they see the zombie recovering, which makes the colonel believe the woman's words are true that this virus does not survive on ice and we can go there and survive. Seeing this, the colonel gets confused, but zombies are zombies, they also go there. The colonel quickly hides behind the glass, which was bulletproof. The zombies try to break it but cannot break it. Finally, the Sardar takes the zombie there and tries to break the glass by hitting it, but the glass does not break. In the end, the zombie is helpless and makes his girlfriend's mark on the glass. In fact, the zombie had come to take the woman zombie who was there, whom the colonel was picking up and testing in his lab. The colonel also understands her point. He tells the mirror to open the door and takes the zombie woman outside and turns her boyfriend into a zombie. The zombie boyfriend picks her up and leaves from there and takes the rest of the zombies from there. The colonel saves the woman and her survivors from dying. The next morning, the colonel listens to the girl and takes them to the snowy area, and the story ends here. If you like it, subscribe and stay connected with our channel. Thank you.